Welcome back, lucky American coins. The 2006 United States 1-cent coin is one of the most recognizable modern American coins and remains an important part of U.S. history and coin collecting. Even though millions of these pennies were produced for circulation, collectors continue to search through rolls, bank boxes, pocket change, and inherited collections looking for valuable examples, unusual mint errors, and high-grade coins. Every year, thousands of collectors inspect 2006 Lincoln cents hoping to discover a rare variety or an exceptional specimen that could be worth much more than its face value. The 2006 Lincoln cent has a face value of 1 cent, or 1/100th of a United States dollar. It was produced by the United States Mint and continued the long-running Lincoln Memorial design series that first appeared in 1959. The coin honors Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, whose portrait has appeared on the penny since 1909. His image was introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of his birth and has remained on the cent ever since, making it the longest-running portrait design in American circulating coinage. The obverse of the 2006 Lincoln cent features a right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln. This famous portrait was designed by Victor David Brenner. Above Lincoln's head appears the word Liberty, while the year 2006 is located to the right of his portrait. Above the portrait is the national motto, "In God We Trust." Coins struck in Philadelphia have no mint mark. Coins produced at the Denver Mint display the letter D below the date. Proof coins struck at the San Francisco Mint display the letter S. The reverse of the coin features the Lincoln Memorial, which was designed by Frank Gasparo. One of the most remarkable artistic details of this design is that if viewed carefully under magnification, Abraham Lincoln can actually be seen seated inside the memorial. This makes the Lincoln Memorial cent one of the few circulating coins in the world to depict the same person on both sides of the coin. Around the reverse appear the inscriptions, United States of America, E pluribus unum, and the denomination, 1 cent. The 2006 Lincoln cent has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters and a thickness of approximately 1.52 millimeters. It weighs exactly 2.50 grams and has a plain edge without reeds. Since 1982, most circulating Lincoln cents have been made from a zinc core plated with pure copper. The composition of the 2006 penny is 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. This composition was adopted because of the increasing cost of copper and has remained the standard composition for modern Lincoln cents. Many beginning collectors assume every old penny must be valuable, but the reality is that value depends on several important factors. The first factor is condition. Coins that have never entered circulation and retain their original mint luster are generally worth more than worn examples. The second factor is rarity. While the 2006 Lincoln cent was produced in enormous numbers, certain mint errors and exceptionally preserved coins can command much higher prices. The third factor is demand among collectors, which changes over time as new collectors enter the hobby and interest in specific varieties increases. Philadelphia struck billions of Lincoln cents during 2006. Since Philadelphia pennies do not carry a mint mark, collectors identify them simply by the date. Denver also struck billions of pennies during the same year, and these can be identified by the D mint mark beneath the date. Proof versions were produced at the San Francisco Mint specifically for collectors. Proof coins receive specially polished dies and carefully prepared planchets, resulting in mirror-like fields and frosted devices that create an attractive cameo appearance. When discussing coin values, it is important to separate ordinary circulation coins from certified high-grade examples. Most circulated 2006 Lincoln cents remain worth only 1 cent in everyday commerce. However, uncirculated examples can sell for modest premiums depending on their quality. Coins certified by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC in very high mint state grades can sell for considerably more because finding flawless modern coins is much more difficult than many people realize. One of the reasons collectors continue searching through rolls of 2006 pennies is the possibility of discovering mint errors. Mint errors occur during the manufacturing process rather than after the coin leaves the mint. Genuine mint errors are collectible because they represent unusual events during production. These errors are different from damage caused by circulation, accidents, or intentional alterations. An off-center strike occurs when the blank planchet is not properly centered between the dies during striking. Depending on how far off-center the strike is and whether the date remains visible, such coins can attract collector interest. Small off-center strikes may bring only modest premiums, while dramatic examples with clear dates can sell for significantly more. Another collectible error is the broad strike. A broad-struck coin is created when the retaining collar fails to hold the planchet in place during striking. The result is a coin that appears wider than normal with distorted rims. Broad strikes are popular because they are easy to recognize even for beginning collectors. Collectors also search for clipped planchets. These occur before striking when the blanking press overlaps a previously punched hole in the metal strip, creating a curved missing section. Genuine clipped planchets display characteristics such as the Blakesley effect, which specialists use to distinguish authentic mint errors from post-mint damage. Double strikes represent another fascinating category. These occur when a coin is struck more than once by the dies. Depending on how much the coin moves between strikes, the second image may appear partially or completely offset from the first. Dramatic double strikes are highly collectible because they clearly demonstrate the minting process gone wrong. Die cracks develop after minting dies experience fatigue from repeated use. Tiny fractures eventually appear on the die surface, causing raised lines to appear on every coin struck afterward. While minor die cracks usually add only small premiums, major die cracks can become popular among specialists if they create distinctive and dramatic patterns. Die chips are another common die-related error. When a small piece of the die breaks away, excess metal fills the missing cavity during striking, producing raised blobs on the finished coin. Some die chips become famous among collectors because they create unusual shapes or appear in prominent locations on the design. Grease-filled dies produce weakly struck areas where grease temporarily blocks portions of the die. This results in missing or faint letters, numbers, or design elements. Although many grease strikes are relatively common, dramatic examples with missing portions of important inscriptions often attract collector interest. Strike-through errors occur when a foreign object becomes trapped between the die and the planchet during striking. The object leaves an impression on the coin before being removed. Strike-through errors can involve grease, cloth fibers, wire fragments, or other materials present in the minting environment. Another characteristic collectors evaluate carefully is the quality of the strike. Even among ordinary 2006 pennies, strike quality varies slightly depending on die wear and production conditions. Sharply struck coins showing crisp details on Lincoln's hair, coat, and the Lincoln Memorial generally receive greater attention from advanced collectors. Original mint luster is another key factor affecting value. Freshly struck coins display a distinctive cartwheel effect that rotates across the surface when the coin is tilted under light. This natural luster gradually disappears through circulation and improper cleaning. Collectors strongly prefer coins with original surfaces because cleaning often reduces value significantly. Color also plays an important role in grading Lincoln cents. Professional grading services classify copper-plated cents into three basic color categories. Red coins retain nearly all of their original bright copper color and usually command the highest prices. Red-brown coins display a mixture of original red and mellow brown coloration. Brown coins have largely toned to darker shades through oxidation over time. Professional authentication has become increasingly important in the modern coin market. Services such as Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, and Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC, examine coins for authenticity, assign standardized grades, and encapsulate them in tamper-evident holders. Certified coins often inspire greater buyer confidence because the condition has been independently evaluated by experienced professionals. The history of the Lincoln cent reflects more than a century of American coinage. Before 1909, the United States 1-cent coin featured the Indian head design. To celebrate Abraham Lincoln's centennial birthday, the United States Mint introduced the Lincoln cent, making Lincoln the first historical American figure to appear on a regularly circulating U.S. coin. The design proved enormously popular and became an enduring symbol of American history, education, and national heritage. By 2006, the Lincoln Memorial Reverse had already served American commerce for nearly 5 decades. Millions of Americans handled these coins every day without realizing the historical significance behind their design. Children saved them in piggy banks, collectors assembled date and mint collections, and businesses used them in countless daily transactions across the country. Even today, the 2006 Lincoln cent remains a familiar reminder of an important chapter in United States numismatic history. The process of manufacturing a 2006 Lincoln cent begins long before the coin is struck. Large coils of zinc are produced to exact specifications and then coated with a thin layer of pure copper. These long metal strips are fed into powerful blanking presses that punch out perfectly round discs known as blanks. Each blank is carefully inspected and then passes through an upsetting mill, which raises a narrow rim around the edge. This rim helps protect the design after the coin is struck and ensures proper metal flow when the dies impress the images onto the coin. Once the planchets have been prepared, they enter high-speed coin presses capable of striking hundreds of coins every minute. The upper and lower dies contain the detailed images of Abraham Lincoln and the Lincoln Memorial. Under enormous pressure, the metal flows into every recess of the dies, creating the finished design. Even though this process is highly automated and carefully controlled, occasional mistakes can occur, resulting in collectible mint errors that are eagerly sought by numismatists. Every genuine mint error tells a story about the production process inside the United States Mint. Collectors often find these mistakes fascinating because they represent unexpected events during the creation of an official coin. Some errors occur because of damaged dies, while others happen because of mechanical failures or improperly prepared planchets. Understanding these different error types helps collectors distinguish valuable mint-made mistakes from ordinary post-mint damage. A misaligned die error occurs when one of the dies shifts slightly from its proper position. In many cases, the reverse side of the coin appears noticeably off-center while the obverse remains nearly normal. Minor misaligned dies are relatively common, but dramatic examples with significant displacement are much more collectible. Die deterioration is another condition seen on modern Lincoln cents. As dies strike millions of planchets, the fine details gradually wear away. This can produce coins with softer lettering, weaker design elements, and a generally less detailed appearance. Although die deterioration itself usually does not create a rare coin, understanding it helps collectors avoid confusing worn dies with valuable doubled dies or other significant varieties. Machine doubling is frequently mistaken for true doubled dies. Machine doubling occurs when the die shifts slightly during the striking process, creating a shelf-like secondary image. Unlike a genuine doubled die, machine doubling does not originate during die creation and is generally not considered a valuable variety. Learning to recognize the difference is one of the first skills developed by serious Lincoln cent collectors. A true doubled die is created during the manufacturing of the die itself rather than during striking. Every coin struck from that die carries the same doubled features. Genuine doubled dies often display clear separation in letters, numbers, or design details. Although no major doubled die variety is widely recognized for the standard 2006 circulation cent, collectors continue examining newly discovered examples because previously unknown varieties occasionally emerge years after a coin enters circulation. Die gouges are another interesting feature found on some Lincoln cents. During maintenance or accidental contact with tools, a die may receive scratches or gouges. These imperfections appear as raised lines or unusual shapes on every coin struck afterward. Some collectors specialize in cataloging these small die markers because they can help identify specific die pairs used during production. Lamination errors occur when impurities or defects exist within the metal before striking. Small portions of the coin's surface may peel away, creating rough areas or missing sections. Genuine lamination errors occurred during the manufacturing of the planchet itself and should not be confused with corrosion or environmental damage that develops after circulation. Another fascinating error category is the retained cut. When part of a die breaks but remains attached, it can create raised, irregular lumps along the edge of the coin. Complete cuts occur when a portion of the die breaks away entirely, leaving a large raised blob connected to the rim. These dramatic errors are popular because they are easy to identify without magnification. Collectors also search for die clash marks. A die clash occurs when the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchet between them. Portions of each design become impressed into the opposite die. Subsequent coins may display faint outlines of the opposite design in unexpected locations. Die clashes provide fascinating evidence of events inside the coining press. The 2006 Lincoln cent is collected in several different ways. Some hobbyists simply assemble one example from Philadelphia and one from Denver. Others build complete date and mint collections covering every Lincoln cent produced since 1909. More advanced collectors focus exclusively on high-grade mint state coins, proof coins, or unusual mint errors. Each collecting approach offers unique challenges and rewards. Roll searching has become one of the most popular methods of finding collectible Lincoln cents. Collectors obtain boxes or rolls of pennies from local banks and carefully inspect every coin. Valuable discoveries may include high-grade examples, proof coins accidentally released into circulation, foreign coins mixed into rolls, off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, or previously overlooked die varieties. Although most searched coins are ordinary, the possibility of finding something unusual continues to attract thousands of enthusiasts. The grading scale developed by Dr. William Sheldon remains the standard for evaluating coin condition. Coins are graded on a numerical scale from 1 to 70. A grade of 1 represents a barely identifiable coin, while a grade of 70 indicates a perfect specimen with no visible imperfections under magnification. Most circulated 2006 Lincoln cents fall into lower grades because of wear from everyday use. Uncirculated examples may receive mint state grades ranging from MS-60 to MS-70 depending upon their preservation. Among uncirculated coins, differences that appear almost invisible to the naked eye can significantly affect value. Tiny contact marks, hairline scratches, weak strikes, or dull luster may reduce a coin from MS-67 to MS-65. Because modern coins were produced in enormous numbers, only a very small percentage survive in virtually flawless condition. These elite examples often become the most valuable representatives of their date and mint. Proof versions of the 2006 Lincoln cent differ substantially from circulation strikes. Proof coins are manufactured using specially polished dies and carefully prepared planchets. Multiple strikes at lower speeds produce exceptional detail and mirror-like surfaces. These coins are sold directly to collectors rather than released into circulation. Many proof examples remain preserved in their original government packaging, helping maintain their attractive appearance. Storage plays a critical role in preserving a coin's condition. Collectors typically store Lincoln cents in archival quality holders, albums, capsules, or certified slabs. Proper storage protects coins from fingerprints, moisture, dust, and environmental contaminants that may cause discoloration or corrosion. Even a beautiful uncirculated coin can lose value if handled improperly. Cleaning is one of the most common mistakes made by inexperienced collectors. Although a polished penny may appear brighter, cleaning often leaves microscopic scratches and permanently alters the original surface. Professional grading services frequently identify cleaned coins, and collectors generally pay less for them than for naturally preserved examples. The safest approach is to leave coins exactly as they were found. Environmental damage also affects value. Exposure to salt water, chemicals, excessive humidity, or acidic materials can stain the copper plating or produce corrosion. Once corrosion begins, it usually cannot be reversed without damaging the coin further. For this reason, experienced collectors recommend storing coins in dry, temperature-stable environments away from household chemicals. Counterfeit error coins occasionally appear in the marketplace. Some individuals intentionally alter ordinary pennies using tools, heat, or machinery in an attempt to imitate valuable mint errors. Genuine errors display characteristics that match known minting processes, while altered coins often reveal evidence of filing, grinding, cutting, or other forms of artificial modification. Purchasing certified examples from reputable dealers provides additional confidence for buyers seeking expensive coins. Auction records often generate excitement among collectors because exceptional examples sometimes sell for prices far above ordinary market values. However, it is important to understand why these prices occur. Record-setting sales usually involve extraordinary combinations of rarity, condition, eye appeal, certification, and strong competition among advanced collectors. These exceptional prices should not be interpreted as representing the value of ordinary circulation coins. For the 2006 Lincoln cent, typical market values remain modest for most examples. Circulated coins generally trade at face value unless they display a genuine mint error. Attractive uncirculated coins may sell for a small premium, while certified high-grade specimens can command significantly higher prices depending on their grade and demand. Rare authenticated mint errors may range from tens to hundreds of dollars, and particularly dramatic or unusual examples may reach higher prices in competitive auctions. There is no verified record of a regular 2006 Lincoln cent selling for $112 million, and collectors should be cautious of online videos or advertisements making such extraordinary claims. Many viral internet stories suggest that ordinary pennies found in pocket change are worth millions of dollars. While such headlines attract attention, responsible collectors rely on documented auction results, certified grading services, and reputable numismatic references when determining a coin's actual value. Genuine rarity is supported by evidence rather than rumors. The enduring popularity of the Lincoln cent comes from more than its monetary value. It represents over a century of American history, honors one of the nation's most respected presidents, and introduces countless people to the hobby of coin collecting. For many collectors, the excitement lies not only in finding a valuable coin but also in learning the history, artistry, and craftsmanship behind every piece of American coinage. Even today, millions of 2006 Lincoln cents remain in circulation across the United States. Every handful of change has the potential to contain an unusually well-preserved example, an interesting die variety, or an authentic mint error. This possibility continues to inspire collectors of all ages to examine their coins carefully, proving that even the smallest denomination can offer an engaging journey into the world of numismatics. For many collectors, the excitement of searching for a valuable 2006 Lincoln cent begins with ordinary pocket change. Every day, countless pennies pass from one person to another without receiving a second glance. While the overwhelming majority are worth only their face value, experienced collectors understand that patience and knowledge can occasionally lead to remarkable discoveries. A single unusual coin found among thousands of common examples can become the highlight of a collection and inspire a lifelong interest in numismatics. One of the most important habits developed by successful coin collectors is careful observation. A magnifying glass or a digital microscope allows collectors to inspect small details that cannot easily be seen with the naked eye. Tiny die cracks, repunched details, minor strike anomalies, and other mint-made characteristics often become visible only under magnification. Good lighting is equally important because rotating the coin beneath a bright light helps reveal original mint luster, surface quality, and subtle imperfections. The 2006 Lincoln cent is part of the long-running Lincoln Memorial series, which was produced from 1959 through 2008. This design replaced the wheat cent reverse that had been used from 1909 through 1958. In 2009, the United States Mint introduced 4 special reverse designs commemorating the bicentennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth and the 200th anniversary of the Lincoln cent beginning in 2010. The reverse design changed again to feature the Union Shield. As a result, the 2006 penny belongs to the final years of the Lincoln Memorial era, making it historically significant within the broader Lincoln cent collection. Although billions of 2006 pennies were produced, not every surviving coin is identical. Differences in strike quality, die wear, planchet preparation, and storage conditions create subtle variations among individual examples. Collectors often compare multiple coins from the same year and mint to identify those with the sharpest details, strongest luster, and fewest contact marks. These superior examples frequently command higher prices than average specimens. Coin grading requires both knowledge and experience. Beginning collectors sometimes overestimate the condition of their coins because even tiny imperfections can lower a grade. Professional graders examine numerous factors, including strike sharpness, luster, surface preservation, eye appeal, and the number and location of contact marks. A small scratch on Lincoln's cheek or a noticeable mark in the open fields may reduce a coin's grade despite an otherwise attractive appearance. Eye appeal is an important concept that extends beyond technical grading. Two coins with the same numerical grade may differ noticeably in attractiveness. One coin may display vibrant original red color and brilliant luster, while another may have dull surfaces or uneven toning. Collectors often pay premiums for coins with exceptional eye appeal because they stand out visually even among similarly graded examples. Natural toning develops over time as the copper plating reacts with the surrounding environment. Depending on storage conditions, a 2006 Lincoln cent may gradually acquire shades of orange, golden brown, chocolate brown, violet, blue, or even rainbow-like colors. While some forms of toning are considered attractive and collectible, artificial toning created through chemical treatment or heat is generally viewed negatively by experienced collectors. Many collectors assemble date and mint sets of Lincoln cents using coin albums. These albums contain labeled openings for every year and mint mark, allowing collectors to track their progress as they complete the series. Filling each space provides a sense of accomplishment and encourages collectors to learn about American history, mint operations, and the evolution of coin design. Searching bank rolls remains one of the most affordable ways to collect modern Lincoln cents. A standard roll contains 50 pennies, while a bank box typically holds 50 rolls for a total of 2,500 coins. Roll searchers examine each coin for better dates, high-grade examples, mint errors, proof coins, foreign coins, and unusual varieties before returning the common coins to the bank. Although finding a significant rarity is uncommon, many collectors enjoy the treasure hunting experience itself. Some collectors focus exclusively on mint errors because every error is unique. Unlike ordinary coins produced from normal dies, each error reflects a specific event that occurred during the minting process. Two off-center strikes may differ in the amount of displacement, while two clipped planchets may vary in size and location. This individuality adds an additional layer of fascination for error specialists. A partial collar strike is another type of mint error occasionally encountered. During striking, the retaining collar may fail to rise completely around the planchet. The resulting coin displays a normal edge on one portion and a distorted, expanded section on another. This error is sometimes called the railroad rim because of the unusual appearance of the edge. Fold-over strikes represent one of the more dramatic planchet errors. These occur when the planchet folds before being struck, causing part of the coin to overlap itself. After striking, the unfolded coin reveals distorted designs and unusual shapes that clearly differ from ordinary circulation damage. Authentic fold-over strikes are scarce and highly collectible. Another interesting category involves bonded coins or multiple planchet strikes. In extremely rare circumstances, two planchets may become stuck together during the striking process. The resulting pieces display incomplete designs or unusual impressions that provide insight into the mechanics of coin production. Such dramatic errors are carefully studied and authenticated because of their rarity. Collectors also pay attention to rotational alignment. When a normal United States coin is turned vertically, the opposite side should appear upright. Significant rotation between the obverse and reverse indicates a rotated die error. Minor rotation is generally acceptable within manufacturing tolerances, but large rotations are collectible because they represent a departure from standard production. One misconception frequently encountered among beginning collectors involves ordinary circulation damage. Scratches, dents, holes, bending, corrosion, hammer marks, grinding, and discoloration caused after the coin leaves the mint do not increase value. In fact, such damage usually reduces collector interest. Learning to distinguish genuine mint errors from post-mint damage is one of the most valuable skills in the hobby. Modern technology has transformed the way collectors research coins. Online auction archives, grading population reports, digital reference libraries, and high-resolution photographs allow collectors to compare their coins with authenticated examples from around the world. Educational videos, online forums, and numismatic organizations provide opportunities to learn from experienced collectors and professional dealers. Despite these technological advances, careful hands-on examination remains essential. Lighting, magnification, and familiarity with genuine mint characteristics cannot be fully replaced by photographs alone. Experienced collectors often rotate a coin under several light sources, examining every detail before reaching conclusions about authenticity or condition. The 2006 Lincoln cent also serves as an excellent educational tool for young collectors. Because the coin is common and inexpensive, beginners can practice grading, identifying mint marks, recognizing strike quality, and understanding the minting process without making large financial investments. Many lifelong numismatists began their collections with ordinary Lincoln cents found in change. Investing in modern coins should always be approached carefully. While exceptional certified examples and rare authenticated errors may appreciate over time, the majority of circulating 2006 pennies remain common. Collectors should purchase coins because they enjoy the hobby and appreciate the history, artistry, and craftsmanship, rather than expecting every coin to produce large financial returns. When evaluating any coin, documentation is extremely important. Certified coins graded by respected third-party services provide confidence regarding authenticity and condition. Auction records, published price guides, and population reports offer valuable information about rarity and market demand. Relying on documented evidence helps collectors avoid misinformation and exaggerated claims often found on social media. The market value of a 2006 Lincoln cent depends on several factors working together. Date alone rarely determines value. Instead, collectors consider mint mark, condition, color designation, certification, eye appeal, strike quality, and whether the coin displays a genuine mint error. A circulated coin without errors is generally worth face value, while an attractive uncirculated example may sell for a modest premium. Certified examples in top mint state grades or coins with significant authenticated mint errors can bring much stronger prices in the collector market. Many sensational headlines suggest that ordinary pennies are secretly worth millions of dollars. While extraordinary auction results occasionally occur for historically important or exceptionally rare coins, there is no verified evidence that a standard 2006 Lincoln cent has sold for $112 million. Responsible collectors verify information through established auction houses, respected numismatic references, and professional grading services rather than relying on unverified online claims. The enduring appeal of the 2006 Lincoln cent lies not in unrealistic promises of instant wealth but in its connection to American history, its role in everyday commerce, and the excitement of discovery. Every coin represents the remarkable precision of the United States Mint, the legacy of Abraham Lincoln, and the enduring popularity of one of the world's most collected coin series. Whether found in a bankroll, inherited collection, or pocket change, the 2006 Lincoln cent continues to inspire curiosity, education, and appreciation among collectors across the globe. One of the reasons the 2006 Lincoln cent continues to attract collectors is that every coin has traveled its own unique journey since leaving the United States Mint. Some coins entered circulation immediately and changed hands thousands of times through stores, restaurants, banks, vending machines, and businesses across the country. Others were carefully saved in coin jars, mint sets, albums, or safety deposit boxes, preserving their original appearance for years. This difference in preservation explains why two pennies struck on the same day can have dramatically different values today. When collectors examine a 2006 penny, they often begin by identifying the mint mark. Coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint have no mint mark beneath the date. Denver Mint coins display a small D below the year. Proof coins produced specifically for collectors at the San Francisco Mint carry an S mint mark and feature mirror-like fields with frosted design elements. Understanding these mint marks is one of the first skills every collector learns. The Philadelphia Mint has played a central role in American coin production since the earliest years of the United States. Founded in 1792, it was the nation's first official mint and continues to produce circulating coinage today. Although modern Philadelphia cents no longer display a mint mark, they remain an essential part of every Lincoln cent collection. The Denver Mint has produced billions of Lincoln cents over the decades. Coins from Denver are identified by the D mint mark beneath the date. While the 2006 D penny is common in circulation, collectors still search for exceptional mint state examples and genuine mint errors originating from this facility. The San Francisco Mint primarily produces proof coinage for collectors rather than circulation coins. Proof 2006's Lincoln cents are struck using polished dies and specially prepared planchets, resulting in extraordinary detail and brilliant mirrored surfaces. These coins are sold in official United States Mint proof sets and are generally found in much better condition than circulation strikes. Many collectors wonder whether keeping a 2006 penny for decades will automatically increase its value. The answer depends on rarity and condition rather than age alone. Because billions of these coins were produced, simply becoming older does not make every example valuable. Instead, the highest premiums are typically paid for coins with outstanding preservation, certified top grades, or significant mint errors. High-grade modern coins are much scarcer than many people realize. During production and transportation, newly struck coins come into contact with one another, creating small marks and abrasions. As a result, truly flawless examples become increasingly difficult to locate. This explains why certified coins receiving the highest mint state grades often command much stronger prices than ordinary uncirculated pieces. Professional grading services carefully evaluate every aspect of a coin before assigning a grade. The strike must be sharp, the luster must remain vibrant, and the surfaces must display minimal imperfections. Even tiny contact marks that are barely visible without magnification can influence the final grade. Because grading standards are consistent across thousands of coins, certification provides confidence for both buyers and sellers. Some collectors pursue registry sets, which are competitive collections consisting entirely of professionally graded coins. Participants attempt to assemble the highest quality examples for every date and mint mark within a series. Since registry competition rewards exceptional quality, demand for top population coins can become quite strong even when ordinary examples remain common. One interesting characteristic of modern Lincoln cents is the copper plating applied over the zinc core. While the copper layer is very thin, it gives the coin its familiar reddish appearance. If the plating becomes damaged after leaving the mint, the gray zinc core may become visible beneath the surface. This type of plating damage usually results from circulation or environmental exposure rather than a valuable mint error. Improper storage can significantly affect a coin's appearance over time. High humidity, exposure to chemicals, fingerprints, and rapid temperature changes may accelerate corrosion or discoloration. Collectors therefore recommend storing coins in archival quality holders made from inert materials that do not release harmful chemicals. Another important concept is originality. Collectors place tremendous value on coins that retain their original surfaces exactly as they left the mint. Attempts to polish, brighten, or chemically clean a coin almost always reduce its desirability because the natural texture and mint luster cannot be restored once altered. Some individuals mistakenly believe that any unusual-looking penny must be rare. In reality, many odd appearances result from ordinary wear or accidental damage. Coins run over by vehicles, exposed to fire, buried in soil, struck by tools, or altered in science experiments may appear unusual, but these changes occurred after the coin entered circulation and generally do not create collector value. Authentication becomes increasingly important when expensive error coins are involved. Professional experts examine numerous characteristics including metal flow, strike quality, die markers, and microscopic surface features before confirming whether an error originated during mint production. Certification helps protect collectors from altered coins designed to imitate genuine mint errors. The Internet has made buying and selling coins easier than ever before. Online marketplaces connect collectors from around the world, allowing rare coins to reach larger audiences. However, buyers should exercise caution by carefully reviewing photographs, seller reputations, certification details, and return policies before making significant purchases. Auction houses play an important role in establishing market values for collectible coins. Competitive bidding among knowledgeable collectors determines the prices realized by rare examples. These documented auction results become valuable references for future buyers and sellers seeking to estimate the worth of similar coins. Price guides provide estimated retail values for various grades and varieties, but actual selling prices may differ depending on market conditions, eye appeal, certification, and collector demand. A particularly attractive coin may sell above published guide values, while a less appealing example with the same numerical grade may sell for less. The popularity of Lincoln cents extends far beyond the United States. Collectors from many countries appreciate the historical significance of Abraham Lincoln and the long-running design series. International demand has helped to maintain steady interest in high-quality examples and unusual mint errors. Educational organizations and coin clubs offer valuable opportunities for collectors to expand their knowledge. Meetings often include presentations on grading, counterfeit detection, mint errors, historical research, and market trends. Experienced members frequently share practical advice with beginners, helping them avoid common mistakes while developing collecting skills. Coin shows are another important part of the numismatic community. Dealers, collectors, grading services, and educational organizations gather to buy, sell, trade, and discuss coins. Attending a coin show allows collectors to examine thousands of coins in person, compare grading standards, and learn directly from experienced professionals. Many advanced collectors maintain detailed records of their collections. Information such as purchase dates, prices, certification numbers, photographs, provenance, and storage locations helps document each coin's history. Accurate records also simplify insurance, estate planning, and future sales. Insurance may be appropriate for valuable collections. Standard homeowner policies often provide limited coverage for collectible coins, so specialized policies may be necessary for extensive numismatic holdings. Proper documentation, photographs, and certified grades help establish value if a claim becomes necessary. The history of the Lincoln cent reflects changing economic conditions in the United States. Rising metal prices led to the transition from bronze to copper-plated zinc composition in 1982. By 2006, this composition had become standard, allowing the United States Mint to continue producing billions of cents while controlling manufacturing costs. Although discussions occasionally arise regarding the future of the 1-cent coin, the 2006 Lincoln cent remains an enduring symbol of American commerce and history. Even as electronic payments become increasingly common, pennies continue to circulate, reminding people of more than a century of Lincoln cent tradition. Collectors often enjoy sharing their discoveries with family members and younger generations. A simple 2006 penny found in circulation can become an educational lesson about American history, manufacturing technology, economics, and the art of coin design. This ability to combine history with the excitement of treasure hunting explains why Lincoln cents remain one of the world's most collected coin series. When discussing values, it is essential to distinguish between realistic market prices and exaggerated online claims. Most circulated 2006 Lincoln cents are worth face value. Attractive uncirculated examples may be worth a small premium, while certified high-grade coins and authenticated mint errors can command higher prices depending on rarity and demand. Collectors should always rely on documented sales and reputable numismatic sources rather than sensational headlines promising extraordinary fortunes. The 2006 Lincoln cent demonstrates that a coin's true importance extends beyond its monetary value. It represents American craftsmanship, honors one of the nation's greatest presidents, reflects decades of minting history, and continues to inspire collectors around the world. Whether examined under a microscope for a possible mint error or preserved as part of a complete Lincoln cent collection, the 2006 penny remains an enduring piece of United States numismatic history, appreciated not because of myths or unrealistic price claims, but because of its genuine historical significance and lasting appeal within the hobby of coin collecting. As the story of the 2006 United States 1-cent coin comes to a close, it becomes clear that this small copper-plated coin represents much more than a single cent of purchasing power. It symbolizes over a century of American history, innovation, craftsmanship, and national pride. Every Lincoln cent tells a story that begins inside the United States Mint and continues through the hands of millions of Americans who have used, saved, collected, or inherited these coins. Even the most common penny carries historical significance because it reflects the economy, technology, and artistic traditions of its time. The 2006 Lincoln cent reminds collectors that value is not always measured by face value alone. Some collectors appreciate these coins because they honor Abraham Lincoln, one of the most respected leaders in American history. Others enjoy studying the fine details of Victor David Brenner's portrait or Frank Gasparo's Lincoln Memorial reverse. Many collectors focus on building complete date and mint collections, while others specialize in mint errors, proof coins, or certified high-grade examples. Every collector has a different goal, yet they are all connected by a shared appreciation for the history and craftsmanship found in a single penny. Knowledge remains the most valuable tool in coin collecting. The more a collector learns about mint marks, grading standards, strike quality, die varieties, planchet errors, and authentication, the easier it becomes to recognize unusual coins and avoid costly mistakes. Patience is equally important because meaningful discoveries rarely happen overnight. Many experienced collectors have searched through hundreds of thousands of pennies before finding an exceptional example worthy of certification or inclusion in an advanced collection. The coin market continues to evolve as new collectors enter the hobby and technology makes research easier than ever before. Digital microscopes, online auction archives, grading population reports, educational videos, and virtual coin communities allow collectors to expand their knowledge from anywhere in the world. Despite these modern tools, the excitement of holding an actual coin in your hand and examining its details under proper lighting remains one of the greatest pleasures of numismatics. One of the most important lessons every collector eventually learns is the difference between documented facts and sensational internet claims. Headlines promising that every old penny is worth millions of dollars often spread rapidly across social media, attracting attention but creating unrealistic expectations. Responsible collectors rely on verified auction records, professional grading services, and established numismatic references when determining authenticity and market value. A genuine rare coin earns its reputation through documented evidence, not through rumors or exaggerated stories. The 2006 Lincoln cent demonstrates that rarity depends on far more than the date alone. Condition, originality, eye appeal, strike quality, certification, and genuine mint errors all contribute to collector demand. Most circulated examples remain worth 1 cent, while attractive uncirculated coins, certified high-grade specimens, and authentic mint errors may command premiums according to current collector demand. Understanding these factors allows collectors to make informed decisions and appreciate the hobby with realistic expectations. Another rewarding aspect of collecting Lincoln cents is the opportunity to preserve history for future generations. Coins survive long after newspapers fade, buildings disappear, and memories are forgotten. A carefully preserved 2006 Lincoln cent may still be examined decades from now by children, historians, researchers, and collectors who wish to understand the coinage of the early 21st century. Every well-preserved coin becomes a small historical document made of metal. Many families begin collections together, passing albums and individual coins from one generation to the next. These collections often become treasured heirlooms because they carry personal memories in addition to financial value. A penny found by a grandparent or received as change during an important moment can become priceless to a family regardless of its market price. In this way, the emotional value of a coin sometimes exceeds its monetary worth. The Lincoln cent also teaches important lessons about observation and patience. Searching through rolls of pennies encourages careful attention to detail, disciplined examination, and continuous learning. Every coin presents an opportunity to improve grading skills, recognize mint characteristics, and appreciate the precision involved in modern coin production. Even when no rare variety is found, the experience itself helps develop a deeper understanding of American numismatics. As collectors continue searching through bank rolls and pocket change, the possibility of discovering an unusual mint error or an exceptionally preserved example keeps the hobby exciting. Genuine off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, die chips, retained cuts, strike-through errors, rotated dies, and other authenticated mint errors remain highly collectible because they represent unique moments in the manufacturing process. These coins remind us that even within a carefully controlled industrial environment, unexpected events occasionally create fascinating collectibles. Looking toward the future, the 2006 Lincoln cent will remain part of one of the longest-running and most widely collected coin series in the world. As additional years pass, more circulated examples will become worn or lost, while carefully preserved mint state and proof coins will continue to attract collectors interested in quality and historical preservation. Although common examples are unlikely to become rare overnight, exceptional specimens will always hold a special place within advanced collections. Perhaps the greatest reward of collecting is not the possibility of financial profit but the journey of learning. Every coin introduces new questions about history, economics, metallurgy, art, manufacturing, and American culture. A single penny can inspire curiosity that lasts a lifetime, encouraging collectors to continue exploring the remarkable stories hidden within everyday objects. Whether you are a beginner examining your first Lincoln cent or an experienced numismatist searching for the next remarkable discovery, the 2006 United States 1-cent coin serves as a reminder that extraordinary history can exist within ordinary change. Every coin deserves a careful look because knowledge, patience, and observation often reveal details that others overlook. Thank you for taking the time to explore the fascinating history, design, specifications, minting process, grading, errors, varieties, and collector appeal of the 2006 United States Lincoln cent. Hopefully this information has provided a deeper appreciation for one of America's most familiar coins and encouraged further interest in the rewarding world of coin collecting. Always remember that the most valuable tool in any collection is not a rare coin, it is accurate knowledge. Continue learning, continue searching, continue preserving history, and most importantly, enjoy the journey that every coin has to offer. The next penny you find may not be worth a fortune, but it could become the beginning of a lifetime passion for collecting and understanding the remarkable history of United States coinage.